Hello, Professor. This is the report for activity 19. You ask us to describe the step of the scientific method. The scientific method is a systematic way of learning about the world around us and answering questions. The number of steps varies from one description to another, but mainly when data and analysis are separated into a separate step, but this is a fairly standard list or 6 steps for the scientific method. The first step will be to find a purpose. Purpose basically will be resumed in finding a correct question or ask a question about the reality you want to study. The second part is research. Research basically is where you find the information or you do a background research and write down your sources. You can also, at this step, you can cite the sources you find. The third step will be hypothesis. You propose and write a hypothesis. This is basically an educated guess on which you expect to find in your research in the field. The fourth step will be experiment. Basically, you design an experiment to test your hypothesis. The fifth step will be data analysis. At this point, basically, you record your observation, analyze the data, and often you prepare reports with tables and graphs to see what is the conclusions of your findings. The sixth process or the sixth step will be the conclusion. Basically, it is the end of the first research in which you respond to your question and you either accept or reject the hypothesis. At the end as well, you communicate the results of your research. This part concludes, or with this sixth step, we conclude the assignment of activity 19, asking us to talk about the scientific method. Thank you, Professor.